Then what can be done in this new year to upgrade domestic politics, and how can the K-content industry flourish even more? Our Kim Bo-kyoung had a chance to ask an expert's projection for 2024 for Within the Frame.
The year 2023 was indeed a tough one. With two wars raging on, the world could see a clear alignment between authoritarian states versus democratic nations. It was no exception on the Korean Peninsula. North Korea upgraded its levels of provocations, ranging from military spy satellite launches to solid-fuel ICBMs, and boosted ties with Russia through the Vostochny summit. Dr. Shin Gi-wook, a renowned expert in this regard, forecasts such provocations to continue as Pyongyang's intentions are crystal clear, wishing to be recognized as a nuclear state.
They like to become a nuclear state with ICBM capability to reach the United States. So this will not only enhance their national security, but also will put them in great position to negotiate with Washington in the future. So therefore, they will continue to enhance their nuclear and missile capability.
Until now, South Korea had been showing strategic clarity toward the north. But with the U.S. presidential election coming in 2024, the expert forecasts some challenges ahead. He gave two possible scenarios Washington would take if Donald Trump becomes the head of state again. Either way, he did not see it as positive for the Yoon administration.
One possibility is to resume negotiation with North Korea. We know that Trump was pursuing a summit diplomacy with Kim Jong-un. And then, of course, it didn't lead to any success. But then he might want to resume the talks with North Korea. On the other hand, he may lose any interest in negotiating with North Korea. And in that case, he might support Yoon government in taking a hardline policy toward Pyongyang. I think in both cases, it will create a great challenge for the Yoon government, because if Trump resumes negotiation with Pyongyang, then they create tension between Washington and Seoul in dealing with North Korea. On the other hand, if Trump supports Yoon government approach toward Pyongyang, they might increase tensions on the Korean Peninsula.
Against North Korea's provocations, South Korea had been bolstering trilateral ties with Washington and Tokyo more than ever before. Credit should be given to President Yoon, Dr. Shin said, as his resolution regarding compensation for victims of Japan's wartime forced labor was what helped fuel momentum for three-way ties. However, whether it will remain strong is uncertain, as leaders of both countries could change.
Next year might be quite different, especially if Trump is back to power. I'm sure that the alliance will take a hit. For example, he may, demand more in burden sharing, okay? Because that's why he was, asking last time. Likewise, with Japan now, Kishida and Yoon, I think they were having good relations, but now, Kishida is, leadership is under pressure. And it's possible that he may be replaced by a different leader. So, at the worst case, we might see different political leaders in both Washington and Tokyo. Then, Yoon has to reestablish relations with the leaders in both countries.
Considering the U.S.-China interdependence and variables that could challenge three-way cooperation, Dr. Shin suggests Seoul manages ties with Beijing. And for that, he suggested two ways.
One is dealing with anti-China sentiment in South Korea. Of course, it's not unique to Korea. It's happening in other parts of the world. But I think it's not good for either country to have very strong anti-China sentiment in South Korea. Also, they need to promote more people-to-people exchange.
Confidence building with Beijing is one thing. Another is to fully prepare contingency plans, especially regarding Taiwan issues, as cross-strait relations are a sensitive and critical matter for China.
If anything happens over Taiwan, then North Korea might take some military move as well, if not full-scale war. Then the whole world is dealing with like 3-4 different wars simultaneously. And this will be very difficult, not only for South Korea, but for United States, for Japan. Okay, that's why I keep saying that we should get prepared for the worst case scenario, and we should have some contingency plans.
Another major area that has room to upgrade is domestic politics. The main opposition party's leader was facing overly polarized politics, judicial risks, and certain figures departing from the ruling party to create a new one. The general election is scheduled for April 2024, but apart from that, Dr. Shin underlined the need to establish a parliamentary system so that more coalition and cooperation can be forged.
In a Korean election system, both president and also general election, it's basically winner-take-all system. It is my belief that Korea needs to establish a parliamentary system. And there, I think they can promote coalition among different political parties.
From Squid Game to The Glory, as well as K-pop. With Korean content's global popularity, South Korea could witness elevated soft power. A variety of elements mixed together made this possible, and the pundit pointed out that South Korea can do even better.
Only one thing I'd like to highlight is that now many Korean stars, okay, they need to take more responsibility for global issues. Now they became very popular. They have bigger voice in the world. They should use those power to address global issues such as racism, inequality, war and peace, like North Korean human rights violation and so on.
Kim Bo-kyoung, 아리랑뉴스.